Hello, it's April 17th, 2014. Just received an email from a reader, a Before It's News reader, and the subject line is military helicopters in northwest Montana. The email starts, I was reading stories on beforeitsnews.com and I heard helicopters flying over my house. I live by the city airport in Kalispell, Montana, so those noises don't normally bother me, but I knew they were military before I saw them. I grabbed my cell phone and ran outside, and sure enough, they were. They were following each other. First helicopter was what looked like a CH-47 Chinook or a CH-46 Sea Knight. The second helicopter, shown in the picture I just changed over to, was definitely an Apache. This is the third time this year I have seen military aircraft in the area. Here is photographic proof for people who still have blinders on and think we still live in a free and wonderful country. Come together, USA. Now, we followed up for permission to use the pictures, and the reader gave permission but added another little tidbit that's odd. My friend has a family member who's been out fishing, and while fishing, he ran into some Russians that offered him money for the fish that he caught. Now, if you'll remember anybody who has been reading these stories and keeping up with this, in March of 2014, there was another reader email, and they warned that Russian troops are everywhere. You can see by this story that Before It's News received following email from a retired American military officer who has agreed to identify himself as F.C. Hawkins. We've been requested to republish this email in full. According to S.F.C. Hawkins, he served in the Army from 97 to 01. After he got out of the Army, he had a meeting in the Pentagon, after which he became a civilian contractor for the military, traveling to different states, training defense contractors for the next several years. With a top-secret security clearance, he put two and two together to realize what he was really training these contractors for, so he decided he no longer wanted to be part of their crazy plans. He has since moved out to Montana, where he met plenty of other veterans and Americans who are wide awake and prepared to defend our once great nation once again. Now, I'll go ahead and put a link to this in the story associated with the video, but that same day, another piece was written saying that there were Russian soldiers in D.C. to protect it or take it over. And what this showed, there was a quote from Steve Quayle, because these came from his alerts. It said, "We will witness the greatest Trojan troop takedown and quadruple cross in history. Our former allies, who once held the U.S. in high esteem, will turn on us in disgust as one after another we abandon them. Abaddon, the destroyer, and his followers have done their job well. Now comes war in hell." Now, there were multiple alerts there talking about Russian soldiers, perhaps Spetsnaz, in and around the D.C. area. And they have people wondering what their orders are, whether with the tensions as high as they are between the U.S. and Russia, whether those orders could become battle plans against the U.S. at the snap of Putin's fingers. I'll go ahead and I will link these three alerts also. All of this is connected. So the question now is, what is the military up to, and what are Russians doing in Montana? Have a good day.